Thank you, Hula Girl 311, for the recent follow. All right, everyone. Thank you and good evening, and welcome to tonight's Gears Racing League event as we bring you the Brandon's Brittle 250 at Bristol Motor Speedway right here on Casa de la Horseboat, presented by iRacing Drivers World. You can check them out on Facebook. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, and you are watching the Gears Cup Series here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're lurking or twerking, we do appreciate your involvement in the chat. Again, we'll get right to it. Kansas, the Munson 200. That was a sweet race. That was a lot of fun. Only 3 cautions, and we had 50 on the entry list, so 10 people ended up going home. The winner of that race was Sean Anderson, locking up win number 1 of the year, with Peyton Hall again in the podium spot in second, and then Perrin Huggins getting third after a win last week. Overall, the race was fantastic. After a slow and rough start, we did get underway. We only had, like I said, 3 cautions and almost 100 laps of green to end racing, which led to some exciting strategic action. As y'all saw last week, if you just tuned in, if you're just tuning in now tonight, we've had a great season so far. We are race 7 of 33. Again, a long way to go, a long push towards the playoffs, the last 10 races of the year, or 9, I believe, out of the 33. So again, plenty of time to get a win, and you're in or make it on points. That's really the story here. So tonight, Bristol Motor Speedway, 250 laps, no fast repairs, no stage breaks, 5 tire sets, including the 1 tire set you come in on, manual race control. We don't do computer cautions or iRacing cautions. That's just something that's a little funky. Tonight is our drivers are going to have to pay attention. Not so much you guys here at home, but the drivers on the track is single pit road, which means they can't use the turn 2 exit or the turn 2 exit entrance there, and then entrance out of 4. So they're going to be able to choose one. I forget which one it is, so we'll find out here together. But I'm happy to bring you the fun tonight. Again, looking live above Bristol Motor Speedway. It's a short track. It's not going to be like Martinsville, at least I hope not. A lot of cautions there, but we have banking. So I'm excited to get you out on the track here shortly. But let's take a dig into the points. Instead of looking at me, let's look at some points. Again, last week's winner was Sean Anderson, Peyton Hall in second. Third place is Perrin Huggins as we heat up, again, into race 7 of 33. Elliott Drummond has a 54-point lead over Peyton Hall, with Connor Rowe in third, Justin Shoup in fourth, and Mike DeWalt in fifth. Chris Parkman, Alex Tilley, Skylar Comstock, Sean Anderson, and Josh Cole rounding out your top 10. Again, there is your top 25. Take a look to see if your favorite driver has made it. If they haven't, I hope they do. Again, if you're having a beverage, we encourage that. And it looks like I'm being seen. Hello, I hope you guys are having fun here at home. I know we got some other people. Peyton Howell says, hi, Tom. Hello, Peyton Howell. Looking further into the schedule, next week we have the Dawson's Pool Room 250 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Again, tune in for that. We start the stream, same bat time, same bat channel, around 6:45 p.m. Central, 7:45 Eastern, with qualifying at 8. Bobby B. Dennis, what is going on? Blade as well. Following up again, last week of April coming up. I mean, spring has really sprung here in Wisconsin. A lot of rain here lately, but overall it's starting to bloom. So hopefully you're having a great spring so far wherever you are. Again, May is going to heat up real fast with a couple of that I have got circled. A double header night, May 10th. So we're going to have 2 races, an 80 lap. Looks like, hold on if I can see straight. Here we go. 20 laps, Giordano's 44, and then the Chicago Speedway night race for the Tropicana 100. That's going to be 100 laps. Again, double header night. We do that once a year. One of our favorite things to do. And then Charlotte Motor Speedway, May 17th, for the Coke 300. So let's go. Let's get down to the track. It's almost time for qualifying. Oh, shit, it is time for qualifying. So let's get you down there and see what we got. Again, we did not have a spring Bristol race. The one that we did have was a dirt race. So we don't technically count that. Let's see what we got. Peyton Howell, again, one of the fastest drivers in the series. Adrenaline Performance. I think that's their new name. Peyton Howell, let's take a ride around with Mr. Howell. Again, Peyton Howell, one of the new guys in the series, but dominant. 2 wins already this season. And going to qualify in first so far. As I'll give you the tree so you can see. Again, this tree is going to move around a little bit. Looks like it's kind of screwy. So we'll kind of keep looking here. Connor Rowe going to start out on the front row. Looks like he's going to do that. Jonathan Militia going to be in third. There we go. Hopefully the tree has straightened itself out, but I don't think it has completely. So if you're seeing double the names, we'll get that fixed here for you in a second. But I'll tell you right now, Colby Hogan is your leader with a 1482. Connor Rowe on the front row. See if we can get you guys somebody. Jonathan Evans, first lap, 1492. Second lap, 1486. Going to put him up into third. Justin Vanderbilt on the Sirius XM Toyota Camry 54. First lap was a 1497. Let's see what he can do. Coming off of 4 and crosses the line. 1501. That was shittier than his first lap. So he's going to qualify 9th as we get set for green flag racing again. We are going to have a race of shame, maybe. Let's see. Do we have a race of shame coming up? We might. We might actually have a race of shame, but we may not. We'll see. I don't know if you've been around and seen those, but it's moderately funny. I personally enjoy it. It's very shameful. A lot of shame in the room. Oh, wow. Cav 122144 with a follow. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. The Shine. Dude, I have brought everyone into the Chevy chat for you to use us as for interviews. That's hot. Might just do that. Kevin, thank you, bro, for checking out the stream. It's been awesome to reconnect. Again, Kev right there. You see him, the man behind the music here for tonight, also known as Frenzy Into the Fog, was a single he released a couple years ago, and it was fantastic. One that I've listened to about eight times already. So I do enjoy it. It's a catchy tune. Hope you like it too. Justin Shoop, again, recent new member of Adrenaline Performance. Feels so fucking weird saying that, Bladen. I don't know why the hell you changed that. That's dumb. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Don't want to fight you over it. It looks like we will have 38, possibly Jaden Wicks. Jacob Delgado actually joined. Let's see if he's going to get out on the track. Looks like he will. Let's follow along with him. $15.40 is going to put him in 37th so far. And he's going to bump up from 37th to 24th with a 15-13. Going to make the show. And it looks like we are one shy of a full field. So 39 drivers here tonight. Looks like we will go right straight in to the fog, as it were, for the race. So no race. Oh, we are. We are getting a race of shame with Jaden Wicks only. So we'll jam to some tunes as we get ready to start the evening off. And as Ashine mentioned, apparently there's people in the chat for me to interview. Let's see what we got. Got us so goddamn far down. Let's interview Paul. See if we can bring him up here. This is brutal. Let's see. Paul, do I got a copy?
Hello. Yeah. How's it going, Thomas?
Doing well. Again, Paul from across the pond. Paul, tell the people where you're from.
I'm from Scotland, mate.
He is from Scotland. He is Scottish and fucking proud of it. How do you see yourself faring tonight?
Green.
How am I feeling about the race tonight? Oh, well, good. I'm not feeling too tired. I've not been racing too much up till this point tonight, but no, this is a hard track. It's really tight. It's really, I don't know. It's just going to be run it and see what happens because there's going to be plenty of cautions. So that's why I said to all my guys in the Discord, I says, look, you need to come over and so you can pull us in for interviews one by one because
Sure.
there's going to be plenty of cautions for it, you know?
Absolutely, and it's freaking hard for me to pull people in here, so I'm gonna have to figure out an easier way to do this. But yeah, Paul, if it ain't you winning tonight, who you think is gonna win?
Well, hopefully Sean might get back-to-backs, even though he's not in my team, but I still root for the boys. Cody as well is in there, and Jonathan's in there. Pern's not here. Peyton Howell is obviously is fast like always, and there is the other chap as well that runs up at the front normally. So we'll see what happens. Anything can happen to this track.
Absolutely, Paul. I appreciate always talking to you and the number 11 team. Have a great run here tonight.
All right, mate. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Can you find your way back to your channel?
I hope so.
All right, I'm kicking you out. There he goes. Paul Wilkins, number 11. One of my good friends from Scotland. Let's bring up one more here as we've still got some time as you're looking here. Let's see if I can pull in that's not going to say something inappropriate, at least worse than I would do. Let's go. Let's go easy. My homie, number 21, Travis Strogeny. Let's get him in here. Travis, don't say anything stupid. You're live.
Hey!
Hey, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. How you doing, Tom?
Doing well. How are you
Nice
feeling
to
about
finally
tonight's
talk to
race?
you.
I know, it's been a minute.
Not good. I'm starting in the back here, so I'm just going to play Sunday driver and just let these guys crash in front of me. Hopefully I don't get caught up in one, and I'll finish here with a top 10.
Absolutely. Travis, now I gotta shout you out because I do watch your TikToks from time to time. Love what the content you've got going on. If you're in the chat, please feel free to promote your brand. Those videos are good, and yeah, tell people where they can find you.
Oh, well, thanks. Appreciate the shout out. TikTok is T_Stro TTV. So you'll find me there, and then sometimes I stream, but mostly I just edit and post videos on TikTok, like this one. It should be up. This race, some type of video will be up probably Monday-ish.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing it. If it ain't you tonight, who you think is going to walk away?
I got to give it to Peyton, only because he was talking about how he was so excited to race Bristol. It's one of his favorite tracks. Anybody from Freedom, I would say Tilly's got the best shot, but it's Bristol, baby. You never know what's going to happen here. So
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Tell Tilly I'm
looking
still waiting on my paint scheme. Kindly remind him of that. But again, thank you, Travis, for joining us on the pre-race show, and good luck to you tonight.
Will do. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Again, that was the 21 of Travis Strogeny. You'll get to know him here tonight. We've got a couple minutes left before the start. I do have a little origin video I'd like to show you. This is the origin of the Brittle, Brandon's Brittle. And we'll bring that to you now as you, hopefully you aren't blindsided with all the noises in my headset. Here we go, look live. NASCAR Heat 5 days. Brandon's Brittle was announced. See if she'll play for me. Apparently, it's not going to play for me. But again, it was during the NASCAR Heat 5 days. And it was hysterical how that all turned out. Hopefully my other thing works, because that doesn't work. That makes me a little scared. But we'll try it. We'll figure it out. Again, Brandon Phillips, who has his own racing league over back in the Xbox days, brought us all in. And that's kind of where we've kind of come from. Again, tonight's race is sponsored by iRacing Drivers World. Look them up on Facebook. You'll be able to check them out. A lot of drivers are on that group chat. I am not one of those. But there's other people that are. And that's a good place to connect with other ones. With other drivers. I don't know. Maybe you're cool. I don't know. But here we go as we get set for the Brandon's Brittle 250. And let's see if my video will work for Brandon giving us the Start Your Engines. That's awesome. Oh, God. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's say it one more time. Bring it in.
It's Brittle, baby.
It's Brittle, baby.
Drivers, start your engines. It's Brittle, baby.
All right, Brandon will get us going here. Thank you so much for that, and I'll get better as we go along incorporating that kind of stuff. So we'll keep it going. We'll keep moving forward, but that was a little bit funny to say the least. So I'm sure you guys want to see the grid. Who's going to start on the front row for tonight's race? Colby Hogan and Trey Holm is going to lead us off in row 1. Connor Rowe and Jonathan Evans in row 2. Justin Shoup in the 77 of Peyton Howell will take up row 3. In row 4, we have Jonathan Militia and Brad Gutierrez. In row 5, we have Bladen Edwards and Alex Tilley. Row 6, Justin Vandermerel and Cody Johnson. Brandon Meyer and Zach Deshay in row 7. Keaton Salyers and Yahir Rodriguez in row 8. Brendan Turner and Tristan Azevedo in row 9. Josh Cole and Chris, where did I park my shit? Parkman in row 10. In row 11, Aiden Lund and Zach Lockett. Andrew Allen and Jacob Delgado. Casey Hatch, Joshua Thornton. Tyler Steiner and Ryan Roberts in row 14. Row 15 is going to be Devin Lucan and Blake Schneider. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. and Tyler Wooten in row 16. Row 17, we have Jimmy Ensley and Jeff Glockner. In row 16, we have DeBoyne Valentine and Travis Strogeny. Row 19, Paul Wilkins and Christopher Pugliese. And last, Brandon Meyer and Matt Albert. Hopefully y'all got to see where your driver is as they get set to go green flag racing. Again, 250 laps. We do not do stages in this league. We used to, and it was quickly voted down. As we get ready for an epic battle, it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight with no punches pulled. Go Sam. PG Vendetta. To get you guys a good view to start this race, it's going to be a good one. Ooh, I like that. That's sexy. Hopefully you guys like that too. I like it. I like it.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go. Colby Hogan and Trey Holmes leading us off. And Cole, wow, Connor Rowe is already around.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
And that was Buck Wild from the beginning. From the beginning, and that's going to make things difficult as far as getting people, as it was happening as the start was going on. Let's see what happened as we're going to back that ass up. Let's see if we get, looks like a rear chase. Let's get a rear chase. Colby Hogan. It looks like Connor spun his tires and just collected people. Oh, the front end. Who was that got the front end busted up? Oh, that's who I think it is? Yeah, it is. The Coors of Jonathan Militia. He just got circumcised. There it goes. Good things aerodynamics does not matter here. 28 and Evans has a vote for an Evans. I will let him know that a fellow Evans is watching the race. Unfortunately, kind of thought that might happen. Not going to do what I did at Martinsville a couple weeks ago. I had a shot for every time, and a caution occurred. By the end of the evening, I was pretty obliterated. Let's be real. Again, we got a long night ahead of us. So hopefully we can get this out of our system early. Trey Holmes and Jonathan Evans is going to be your front row when we get back to Green Flag Racing. Race control tonight is Nate Williams and company. And boy, does he have a tough job tonight. I feel for my friend, my brethren. That's why I'm glad I'm in the booth, because I don't really have to worry about race control that much. Sometimes they turn to me and go, hey, did you see that?
Alright, man. Like it back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
They are not going green, as you can hear. Going to line them up and try to do it again. Again, I kind of figured this would happen early and we'll get the kinks out fast. A lot of new drivers to this league. Since last season, going into this season, we have quite an uptick, which is good. But everybody is still learning each other a little bit. Some people may not last all 33. Let's just be real. But if they do, it's a battle of attrition, man. Either get in on a win or get in on points. You'll figure it out. Again, a lot of front runners not here tonight. Looks like Elliot Drummond is not in the field. Mike DeWalt taking a very much deserved scheduled day off. It looks like they're going to try to get everything situated. As it happens now with iRacing, if you're not familiar, sometimes when you start the race initially, you don't get everybody across the start-finish line, and a caution comes out, it screws up the whole sim. And so our race control and our admin team have to get together. They have to figure out who is where and kind of set that lineup back up. Now, it's a lot of human hands touching this at this point, but it is very necessary to make it fair. So we do take an extra moment or two to make sure that we've got all our ducks in a row. Everybody is where they are supposed to be. Good thing of checks and balances to make it go. But I can tell you right now, race control is probably like, what is going on?
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, not sure what that's all about. We're going to go green, I believe, this time by. Yeah, this. Wow. I don't know if you just saw that. But I believe it just disappeared. So they're going to start in the Geico restart zone. And we're going to go back to green flag racing. Oh, looks like possibly Pugliese or DeBoyne taking it low there. Trey Holmes, your leader so far. So far, so good. You have Evans in second, Peyton Howell third, Colby Hogan in fourth, Justin Shoup in fifth. Get a lot of action all over the track. As you can see, here's a battle for 10th between Bladen Edwards, Zach Duche, and Yahia Rodriguez. Rodriguez a couple weeks ago having a good showing and proving to be one of the better drivers in the league. Again, looking around, you got Brendan Turner in the 41, battling with the 22 of Josh Cole in the 22. And that Mountain Dew machine. Got a lot of different lines being taken here. Right around 16th with Aiden Lund. Again, one of the younger guys in the league, but a darn good one. And we have a lead change up front. Colby Hogan in the Gears of War 20 machine up front and taking over. Well, the guy who started fifth and working his way towards the front is the 77 of Peyton Howell, and that is a very typical story. But hey, guess what? We have 17 laps of 250 complete, and we are rolling. Howell going to the inside for the lead. Two Toyota Camrys with a Chevy Camaro watching. Let's see here. Let's see where Jimmy Ensley is. Back running in 28th, 27th, battling with the 21 of Travis Strogeny. For Dark Horse Mustang against Toyota Camry. Masters over. They need to update their paint scheme, but it is beautiful, so I will allow it. Man we talked to on the pre-race show, Paul Wilkins in the 11. Scotland native, The Shine. He's sponsoring the Phoenix race here in a couple of weeks. And again, has grown to be one of my favorite drivers to talk to. The man, the myth, the legend who got circumcised in the first caution, almost getting it a second time, which would be just horrific. And, Delgado almost met the inside of the wall. And he takes John Militia out. I don't know if that was malicious or not. Militia is going to stay there. He is going to get out of danger, and caution will come out after that. Wow.
Bold strategy caught. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That is just brutal, and let's back that ass up with Gears Cup Series Instant Replay. Again, as we saw coming out of two, let's ride along with Delgado just to see where he was at. Gets loose, saves it. Kind of shunts up a little bit, but I think it was more of keeping control of his car. Back it up and try again. Jonathan Militia, again, the bearer of bad luck on this one. Just wrong place, wrong time. When Delgado goes supersize, and almost puts him out. Big dog on campus. So Delgado will be in 36th. When we go back to Green Flag Racing, Militia will be 38th, but we'll see what happens if there's an EOL issued or anything like that. It just scared the shit out of me. Oh, man. Again, big shout out to Ryan Von Henschel. Made me the proud new owner of a Stream Deck, and it's fantastic. So many buttons.
I can feel it all the way down to my plums, getting all swollen.
That is for real. Again, Colby Hogan out in the front with Peyton Howell, Jonathan Evans, Alex Tilley, and Justin Stroop. Trey Holmes, Brad Gutierrez, Zach Duche, Brendan Turner, and Josh Cole. Rounding out your top 10. Again, we were just got underway. Only one person didn't qualify tonight, and unfortunately that was Jaden Wicks. Hopefully he'll be back next week as we head to Atlanta. That is going to be a fun race for the Dawson Pool Room 200. Same bat time, same bat channel, with it starting at 7:45 Eastern, with qualifying promptly at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thoughts on the 53? Jimmy Ensley. Honestly, I haven't thought about him a whole lot. Let's get over to the 53. I like Jimmy. Jimmy's a nice dude from High Towers, North Carolina. Battling in 36 right now. He's caught up, I would imagine, in the ship. Hopefully he can pull out a top 25. I think that would be good for him. Vendetta, if you agree, let me know. Give that 53 Turtle SMP Dark Horse Ford Mustang a little love. Beautiful design. Love the 8-bit feel. Once we get going again under Green Flag Racing, try to get you guys your first Loose and Loud of the evening. Again, no Perrin Huggins tonight, no Elliott Drummond.
Green flag, green flag.
And that is weird how that works out, but we are back to Green Flag Racing. I don't call him Jimmy. Looks like Tilley right there as well, battling for that top spot. Everybody trying to keep themselves together. You guys are enjoying the sights and sounds of Bristol Motor Speedway. This is beautiful. Again, one of my favorite tracks to visit, and since the new cameras selections that we've acquired, that has made it that much cooler.
All right, man, caution it out.
And we have another caution. Who the hell was it? Oh, Christopher Pugliese. Let's find out what happened to him in our third caution of the night. Jeff Glockner there. Oh, take it to the cleaners. Into his teammate. Oh, and Paul Wilkins getting collected as well. That was a hard hit. Oh, Ryan Robertson just hooked him. And that did not look intentional at all, but let's ride on board. Is that the 86? Excuse me, Tyler Wooten. My apologies. See what we get on the nose and see what happened here. Oh, that is a bummer. It's really hard to say. Slow it down. Looks like Pugliese tried to clear himself. That would be my kind of My kind of thought on that? I don't know. See Paul without a front end. That is just heartbreaking to see. Yeah, that is a bummer. Looks like Ensley's coming down pit lane. And a guy who I spoke to last week or the week before didn't make the race, unfortunately, but has made this one, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., one of my favorite drivers, traveling around in 27th right now. Mr. Consistent is what I call him. Even though his roof numbers are upside down, at least the fans can read it correctly. We always appreciate that. Again, if you're having something to sip on, I'm going to do that myself right here. And again, you're watching the Gears Cup Series on the home exclusively of the Gears Racing League here at Casa de la Horseboat. Glad to have you along for the ride. Again, next week's going to be the Dawson's Pool Room 200 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Looking forward to that. That's going to be a really good race. Tonight, Bristol, it could go either way. So I get why some people are intrigued to watch this race, and I can understand why people would not want to watch this race. Obviously, for me, I love this shit. I'm going to be here for all of it if I can. Try to give the people what they want. Colby Hogan, Peyton Howell, Jonathan Evans, Alex Tilley, Zach Deshay, Trey Holmes, Brad Gutierrez, Josh Cole, Keaton Salyers, and Justin Shoup. Your top 10 as we get set to restart. We have a ton of time to make things happen.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. And we are back to the Gears Cup Series. Again, this race is sponsored by iRacing Drivers World. Look them up on Facebook. Whoa! Banging doors is Hogan and Howell. Battle for third just as hot and heavy as well between Evans and Tilley. It is getting wet and wild. Again, battles all over the track. Battle for 11th between Justin Shoup and Devin Lucan. Devin finally getting the name change for the 52 machine was Brian, now Devin. And he is here, he is real, and he is magnificent in that 52 slick machine. Still going to try to show you the origin video, hopefully on the post-race show. Give that to you guys, let you see it. Battle here now for 14th, Bladen Edwards and Aiden Lund. Zach Lockett of Horseboat Motorsports up there as well in 13th. Representing, and he's almost getting to the back of Brian, has to check up. To the inside goes Lucan. The Shoup for 11th. Not going to happen. Blake Schneider in the 6th. In the King's Hawaiian Rolls Slider Sunday machine. Whoa! And Tristan Acevedo getting wet and wild around Andrew Allen and Travis Strojny. Connor Rowe started in 3rd, all the way back to 22nd. The mighty fall from grace right at the beginning of the race. See where that 53 is, currently battling in 34th with a crinkled front nose. Dented for your pleasure. Paul Wilkins with the undomed front end 11 car. The Shine, look him up on Twitch. Follow him, sub to his shit. He is hilarious. And a good time. Just brings good vibes. Back up to the front now. Your leader, Colby Hogan and Peyton Howell. Then it's Alex Tilley, Jonathan Holmes, and Jonathan Evans, and then Trey Holmes with Zach Deshay, Brad Gutierrez, Keaton Salyers, Yahir Rodriguez, and Justin Shoup rounding out your top 10. A man having a good run here tonight is Josh Cole in the 22, battling to hold down 11th over Bladen Edwards. Edwards getting a little loose off of 4, keeping it together. A lot of people ask, is this an open setup series? It is not. It is not as a fixed setup series, so everybody's kind of on the same playing field. It all depends how you do with the base setup. Let's go back to this pocket of action right here. Robinson, Allen, Lund, Lucan, Lockett, Strogeny, and Connor Rowe. Robinson sporting the San Francisco Giants themed Toyota Camry machine at 66. Right on board as he tries to manage through the pressure of that group.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And another caution. Who could it be? Tristan Acevedo getting involved in something. Holy shit, Tyler Steiner as well. Let's find out what happens. Let's back that ass up with the meanyourmom.com instant replay. We're just in front of this action. Oh, Lockett getting in a little bit of trouble. Rowe taking the fall with Allen. Acevedo, Fitzpatrick, Glockner, Anderson, Militia. Who just cleared that? Is that Brandon? It is Brandon Meyer. All right, let's back that up. Let's watch a man navigate through the madness. That is tonight's 4th caution. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, wow. Definitely into the fog, as it were. Again, tonight's race is going to be a battle of attrition. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's right on board with Jonathan Militia. Oh, just banging into each other a little bit, but it looks like, yeah, Wooten made through. Militia made it through. Minimal damage. It looks like all these guys are going to be fine. Just a bummer that stuff happened again. So again, tonight's 4th caution of the evening. 56 of 250 complete. A 5th of the way there if you're keeping track at home. Colby Hogan, Cody Johnson, Tyler Wooten, Des Moines, Valentine, Trey Holmes up front, but it looks like they're all going to pit. Let's see how that goes down. Want to take a look at a scheme. I think it's one of the sexiest schemes so far this season. Take a look at Yahir Rodriguez. Hometown of Chicago, Illinois, in the Agua Frescas Chevrolet Camaro. Very fruity, very cool. Love it. Love the fruits. Very tropical, as it were. Another one I got to give a shout out to, which just looks really good. I think y'all got to see it. Chris Parkman in that Wrangler. Again, you'd ask why. It looks muted. The colors don't look as good. I say bullshit. Looks great. Everybody getting all snuggly and close. As Cody Johnson and Tyler Wooten is going to lead us off with Jeff Glockner and Jonathan Evans, Peyton Howell and Alex Tilley, Trey Holmes and Zach Duche, followed up with Brad Gutierrez and the 2022 champion Keaton Salyers, rounding out your top 10. So we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Houston Woo 88, how about that Tampa Bay Lightning livery? Go Bolts, playoff time. That reminds me, NHL 24 is free as they bang doors for third. Got to go pick that up. Check it out. Here's kind of a consensus on what a lot of drivers will be doing this evening.
I'm going to drive, and I'm going to go fast, and I'm going to turn to the left sometimes.
Definitely true. Thank you, Eric, for that insight. Cody Johnson, your leader, and the 2023 Gears Cup Series champion. Again, Season 3, back at it. Season 2 on iRacing. But who's counting? New sheriff in town could inevitably be Peyton Howell. Look at him taking and catching up slowly but surely every lap, taking that bottom line, really digging in. Gets the inside rear corner panel of Jonathan Evans and is going to eventually take that second spot away. Johnson trying to do his best to keep him at bay. Not going to happen. Howell is relentless. And we have another caution. Blake Schneider looks like on the receiving end of this one. Take a look at the MeanYourMom.com Gears Cup Series replay. Oh, looks like Shoop getting into trouble. And unfortunately, Schneider may have gotten caught up in it. Let's find out. Ooh, little neck coat between Gutierrez and Shoop. Bangs into Parkman. Oh, bangs into Robertson. And who's the 14 car? Casey Hatch. I haven't said his name in a minute. Good to see him. Unfortunately, not in that instant. Let's see what happened here. Oh! At least he set Shoop straight, I guess. That is caution number 5. Again, it's been one of these kind of nights. Smokey subscribed. Thank you so much for that. That is fantastic. I appreciate that quite a bit. Smokey with the subscription. He subscribed with Prime. Again, if you have Amazon Prime, you just don't know what the hell to do with that free sub, give it to us. We'd appreciate that. But if not, it's all good. We appreciate you having the stream up. If you're lurking as a driver, if you're a fan of the race, or if you're a friend of mine, I appreciate all the support and everything that you guys do to bring this in. PG Vendetta subscribed with Prime this minute. Thank you so much for that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Again, it helps make the world go round for me a little bit. Hype Train is close. Apparently, maybe one more Prime sub would just do it. Let's go. Peyton Howell, Cody Johnson, Jonathan Evans, Trey Holmes, Zach Deshay, and Keaton Salyers, Alex Tilley and Bladen Edwards, Brad Gutierrez, and Yahir Rodriguez rounding out the top 10 as we're getting ready to get set for green flag racing for the Brandon's Brittle 250. Again, big shout out to Brandon, originator of the Brandon's Brittle. PG Vendetta, thank you for coming out and supporting Jimmy, or your friend Sam. I am sure they appreciate that as well. Thank you for supporting the channel. Again, getting set and back to the action. As we'll keep Brandon's face up for this restart as we get set to go back to green flag racing for the Gears Cup Series. And you know what? Regardless of what happens, we're going to do our first Loose and Loud of the evening right here on Casa de la Horseboat.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
as you sit here and wait patiently to get back under green flag racing again next week. We're going to be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This will be it'll be a lot more interesting than probably this here tonight. But again, if you're hanging in here, sticking it out, I appreciate that. A lot of people, you know, tend to fall off as the action falls off. But it's the loyal listeners and followers that I do appreciate, even the visitors, man. I don't really give a shit as long as you're enjoying the racing or the non-racing. As we get set for a green flag racing, Peyton Howell's going and Jonathan Evans going to lead us off. Back to green. But I do support it. Again, if you're lurking or hanging out, that is amazing, and we do appreciate that. We're back to green flag racing for the Brandon's Brittle 250 right here at the Casa de la Horse Bowl. Winner of this race getting $50 courtesy of iRacing Drivers World. Facebook group, go check them out if you're looking for a community to call home, to post funny stuff, have a good time. Right along with Zach Deshay, haven't talked about him much this evening. Appreciate the Gears Racing League support on the hood. I don't know how the hell we were awesome enough to earn the hood spot. Hopefully we didn't pay a lot for it. But traveling around in fourth, and one of the guys in the race, a rare Ford up near the front. A lot like the Real Cup Series, the Fords haven't really made a dent here yet. There was rumors going on in the preseason like iRacing made the dark horses faster. You know, they always seem to be near the front of super speedways. Not the case. Has not been the case. That rumor has been debunked. And kick the out of here. Battle for third between Cody Johnson and Zach Duche. Peyton Howell is taking the lead. The man who, if he doesn't have a bank account, is going to need to own one here soon. He has 2 wins on the year. He is in second place in points. He has 4 top 3s of the 6 races so far going into tonight. 2 poles, 2 wins, and 4 top 3s. That is pretty impressive. And Howell, Evans, Johnson, Duche, and Holmes with Tilley, Gutierrez, Bladen Edwards, Yahir Rodriguez, and Travis Strogeny rounding out your top 10. Right on board with the man with the plan in the Callaway can, Travis Strogeny. It's really funny. I see Yahir Rodriguez. If you can see on that back bumper, it says Rapido as fuck. Love it. And Howell almost working up a second lead now. Really cranking it out. Looks like they've got their shit together so far. And that is the distance to last the first almost half a lap more. But still, a long evening to go. We're not even halfway there yet. That's what she said. Peyton Howell, Jonathan Evans, Alex Tilley, Cody Johnson, and Trey Holmes with Zach Duche, Brad Gutierrez, Yahir Rodriguez, Blaine Edwards, and Devin Lucan rounding out your top 10. And we have a problem. Looks like Fitzpatrick and Salyers. Let's see what happened. I heard a bang. Was hoping that wasn't true, but it was. That's not good. Oh yeah, I forgot. One of my favorite segments of the evening. I totally forgot about it. We're going to bring it up while these guys try to figure their shit out. Gears busted. Gears busted mid-race. We're doing it because I forgot about it. So Paul Wilkins received a level 2 penalty, lack of awareness. Jacob Delgado received a level 1 and a level 4 for lack of awareness. Cody Johnson, level 1. Jonathan Howard, level 1. Nathan Fuller, level 1. So the list a lot different than last week's. Again, we had 3 slides long worth of action. Not so much this week, but there is your rendition of Gears Busted. Colby Hogan now considered out front and your leader. A guy hungry and thirsty for a win. What the fuck is that? Wow. Colby Hogan, Connor Rowe has made his way back up, has worked his way up to the front. Jonathan Militia. Again, you know, if you get caught up in some action early, it's not the end of the world here at Bristol. You can make your time back pretty easily compared to a Talladega or a Kansas even. Zach Lockett of Horseboat Motorsports, cough, cough. Going to move up into the 4th or 3rd position, whichever. Started 22nd, now worked his way up near the front. We had some guys with the night off. You know, throughout the season, you know, we have a huge roster, okay? I think that's pretty well known here now if you followed the series. Some guys are going to be able to make it. Some guys are not. People be on vacation. Some people, you know, things happen. And if you don't make the race, I mean, it's just too damn bad. It happens. If I raced in this series, I would not make at least 2/3 of the races. Let's just be real. There's a lot of fast guys here. A lot of guys who know their stuff and are very talented. Colby Hogan and Connor Rowe will be row 1 when we get back at it. Jonathan Militia and Zach Lockett, row 2. Jonathan Evans and Peyton Howell, row 3, with Trey Holmes and Alex Tilley, row 4. Row 5 consists of Zach Duche and Cody Johnson. Yahir Rodriguez and Brad Gutierrez, row 6. Row 7 is Devin Lucan, Bladen Edwards, Aiden Lund, Sean Anderson, Josh Cole and Chris Parkman, Casey Hatch and Justin Vandermarel, rounding out your top 20 as we get ready and get set to go back to green flag racing here for the Brandon's Brittle 250 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Live on high, the drone cam, meandyourmom.com, and we already see somebody spinning, and that is Alex Tilley. Oh, dear Lord. We were trying to be cool, do a cool transition. And they said, no, you're not going to do that because we're going to crash. Jonathan Militia 3 wide with Peyton Howell. It looks like, yeah, they just get together. Touch tips. Touch and tips. And unfortunately for them, a very, very sad possible ending for them. That is awesome. Getting permission from Empty Graves to use their music. It's fucking sweet. Colby Hogan and Connor Rowe going to kick us back off once we go back to Green Flag Racing with Peyton Howell and Jonathan Evans, kind of the likely suspects here most of the night. Connor Rowe was fast in qualifying, got off to a bad start. Going from to this in mere seconds. I don't know if it was a money shift or whatever the hell it was, but unfortunately cost him a lot of spots, but he has persevered, has come back up to the front as we're nearing the halfway point of the race. And I'm sure after the race we're gonna have a lot of this.
I'm gonna bust his ass. Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
Colby Hogan and Connor Rowe going to set us back off to Green Flag Racing for the Brandon's Brittle 250 here at Casa de la Horseboat. Indeed, here we go. Hogan and Evans shoots the gap, going for the proverbial hole shot to the inside. Side-by-side action here for the Brandon's Brittle 250, just like it should be. Hogan again looking for win number one. Very good here, has shown that throughout the night. Zach Duche, one of the lone fourth in the top 10, the other four being Devin Lucan, fighting for 12th and 13th. And one of 7 Fords in the group. Duche taking third away from Peyton Howell, going to lock it down for the moment. Right on board with the nose of number 60 machine of Zach Duche. Oh, shit! Jonathan Evans!
All right, man, caution it out. Caution it
Oh,
out.
my Lord. Oh. Oh my God! Are you kidding me right now? Oh, let's see this. Y'all don't know where the fucking brake is. That is amazing. Here we go. See what happened between Hogan and Evans. Looks like Evans and... See what happened here. Looks like Evans tried to clear himself. He wasn't clear. Collects Rowe, Cole, and a bunch of people behind him. Oh, Militia, Shoop, Lockett, Steiner, Allen, Delgado, Albert, Glockner, Salyers, Robert Fitzpatrick. Holy shit. So many to count. And I don't even know how many cautions that is. But the leaders taking each other out. This has been quite the evening. These guys need to do this. Terry Mack. Let him know, Larry Mack. Terry Mack. What the fuck am I talking about?
Pump the brakes. Focus on what you can really control.
And that is the absolute truth. Terry, Larry, and Rhymes. But it's just been that kind of night. Short track racing is something we'll really have to work on as a series. But again, that is the growing pains. Again, when you do mile and a half, super speedways, things like that, our boys do great. Martinsville was not good. Bristol has started appearing to be the same, not as bad. So we've had some really good green flag runs, but unfortunately has resulted in multiple cautions. and really takes away, puts a damper on the prize pool here tonight. Again, it happens. We understand that. But let's see what we can do here. Let's talk to somebody in car. Jonathan Militia, let's see if we get him. Militia, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Militia, you can't seem to get out of anybody's way. You've been a victim on the back end of this a few different times here tonight.
It started rough.
Yeah, man, it's been a rough night. You want to give us a synopsis on your evening?
Well, I was pumped that I started 7th, man. Like, you don't even understand how high hopes I had. And then Bro spun his tires, unfortunately. I got collected in that. I had nowhere to go. Lost my front bumper. So that put me a lap down, and someone basically spun me out, put me another lap down. I was supposed to be a lucky dog right there. I got caught up with Sean Anderson. He tagged me trying to avoid, which avoided me not getting a lucky dog again. I ended up getting all my laps back.
You fought hard, man. I give you a lot of credit.
Hard,
you have.
But right there, I don't understand really what happened. Everyone was kind of locking up, and
you had nowhere to go, dude. And
I had nowhere to go.
Exactly.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can. I'm just high hopes that I've started fucking 7th. So it's like, it was huge, but it's what it is. Racing's racing. I'm gonna do the best I can. I have 10 minutes of repairs right now, so I'm just kind of chilling.
7 minutes of repairs and 33rd. The other Coors car has not done well either. As we get back to Green Flag Racing, Adrenaline Performance leading us off. Jonathan, hopefully you have a better night. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Jonathan Militia, the 69 Coors Banquet Beers Machine, joining us briefly for that caution. Appreciate him coming out, jumping in here for a quick one. Glockner getting out of the way. And that's Zach Deshay. Gotta say good things about Zach Deshay. He has raced well after not being so sure that he belonged. Definitely belongs and is in the top 3. Cody Johnson, last year's champion, running around in 9th position. Trying to go the inside. Looks like he's going to get Hogan. Going with Yahir Rodriguez. Going to lock down 8th after this corner. Back up to the front. Peyton Howell is your leader. Right along with him for a second loose and loud of the night. This one presented by iRacing Drivers World.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
best advice I can give you, start drinking heavily.
Green flag, green flag. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Damn, as y'all just saw that, Casey Hatch got taken out to the cleaners. Damn, bro. Doing all right there. And as it gets taken into the wall by the 41. Gonna be a lot of questions. Holy shit! The Boyd Valentine in the wall, or takes him head on with Ryan Robertson. Kind of like a human centipede, but with race cars. That is crazy. Lieutenant Colonel Smash rating with a party of 6. I gotta warn y'all, if you're coming from Lieutenant Colonel Smash, this is quite the different stream. Unorthodox commentating here for the Gears Racing League. This is the Gears Cup series that we do every Friday night. Thank you so much, Smash, for coming out and following the stream. Logan, you and I have been friends for a minute. I do appreciate all the love that you give me and support. It's been fun playing Helldivers with you, and thank you for everybody coming over from his stream to this stream. We love to welcome you. And again, the Beard of Knowledge, thank you for the follow, as well as Poke Chris 1111. Peyton Howell, a dominating driver. Again, if you're just joining me, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horse Poke, bringing you the Gears Cup Series. We are in race 7 of 33, Bristol Motor Speedway for the Brandon's Brittle 250. Peyton Howell, one of these guys here on the track, has 2 wins on the season so far, looking to make it 3. Has been quite a dominating performance so far, as he's been up front nearly the whole night. Again, the winner of this race gets $50 courtesy of iRacing Drivers World. Look them up on Facebook. Give them a follow or a like, as it were. They are awesome sponsors of this race. Smash says, I want to see some wall driving. Yeah, that definitely has happened tonight. We've had quite a few cautions, but mostly we've had some good action too. If you're not bumping, you're not racing. That is right. That is damn right. Again, we're about 2 laps to green. Peyton Howell, Bladen Edwards, if you didn't know, are both proud members of Adrenaline Performance. They picked up Justin Shoup earlier a couple weeks ago. He's going to be a couple laps down. He's going to have to fight for position to get back up there. Has caught up in some unfortunate incidences. But let's re-rack and get back to racing action. We have Peyton Hall and Bladen Edwards in row 1. Trey Holmes and Brad Gutierrez in row 2. Yahir Rodriguez and Devin Lucan in row 3. Connor Rowe and Colby Hogan in row 4. Chris Parkman and Brendan Turner, row 5. Horseboat Motorsports part-timer Zach Lockett and the number 3 of Aiden Lunn. Round out row 6. Row 7 is Jacob Delgado. And last week's winner, Sean Anderson. Row 8 has Zach Duche and last year's champion, Cody Johnson. Row 9, 8, we have Zach Shea, Sean Anderson. Row 9, we have Tyler Wooten and Travis Strogeny. And rounding out our top 20 is Jonathan Evans and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Again, if you're just joining us, we do have races here that are for points. We have 33 races. And back to Green Flag Racing we go for the Gears Cup Series. Peyton Howell off to a dominant start. 2 Camrys and a couple Chevys watching. But Devin Lucan, one of the lone Fords in this race, making a push towards the front. Here we go. Lieutenant Colonel Smash, we're going to give you some sweet cameras of the race. All over the track. Hard to keep just one camera. If I could have multiple, I would. But we just don't have the technology yet. Peyton Howell, Bladen Edwards, Trey Holmes, Brad Gutierrez, and Yahir Rodriguez in your top 5 with Devin Lucan, Chris Parkman, Colby Hogan, Connor Rowe, and Cody Johnson rounding out your top 10. Peyton's almost put a second on the field so far. Trey Holmes started in second, still in third, hanging on. Right along board with Yahir Rodriguez. And now Rapido AF Agua Fresca Minute Maid car. Papi. Rolling around into another top 5 is Yahir Rodriguez. And doing a good job. Chris Parkman, Devin Lucan, all these cats battling for position, trying to take 5th away. Lucan in the wall. To the window, to the wall. Trying to take position. Cody Johnson going to put his nose where the sun don't shine. Again, this is all a battle for 5th and 6th right now. I mean, to a novice person that doesn't watch racing a lot, take a look at some of these guys in different driving lines. At 08, he's doing what we call diamonding the corner. Almost into a shape of the diamond. The way that he uses his tires to get around the track, almost like a diamond-like approach. Lucan just fucking up. But Johnson doing the opposite, now having to divert his line a little bit, going a lane lower to the inside of Yahir Rodriguez. Good battle for 5th position right now. Clears him. This is a battle for the top 10. Jacob Delgado and company behind him, trying to track him down. Deshae Rowe, last week winner of the Munson 200. Sean Anderson, again, big fan of him in his console days. Went by the name of Tired Kibbles. Don't know if that was Xbox generated or not. Oh, doggy, Zach Duche taking a ride on the wild side. He's going to stay out of the way. They may keep it green. Yes, they are. They're going to keep it green. Oh, no, they're not. Tyler Steiner.
Caution is out.
Oh, Bladen Edwards getting involved in that. That is not good. Oh, man, that is not good. Looks like he was going to keep it together. Oh. Cody Johnson doing minimal damage there. But again, this guy, I want to talk about him. Tyler Steiner, he's a recent acquisition into the admin team for Gears. But this guy just can't seem to shake getting out of an incident. Nothing that he had, nothing. There was nothing. He was trapped in that position. He could have slowed down, but again, it was green. You got to keep going. If it's green, he was about to go a lap down from Peyton Howell. What are you going to do there? That is tough. That is tough. And I don't blame Steiner one bit. I think Deshae kind of knew where he was at. But again, nowhere to go. You had nowhere to go. Looks like Howell is going to come down pit lane, which in turn Cody Johnson is going to inherit the lead. Even with that damage, he is going to stay out there. Smash, I do appreciate you, man. I do. One of the coolest guys I have met in the streaming scene. If you haven't given him a follow, just click on his name right there in the chat. Give him a follow. He absolutely deserves it. If you guys are lurking in the chat, want to know a guy who knows a lot about tech and can give you advice on maybe what to get or what to consider, give Lieutenant Colonel Smash a shout out. Give him a follow. Ask him a question. He'll be more than happy to help you. He's helped me out on multiple occasions with different things. And he's a hell of a gamer. So, yeah, give him a shout out. Streams are fun. I totally agree. I try to pop in there when I can. Work schedule kind of prohibits a little bit of that, but at the same time, I do. I'll lurk. I'll keep it up there if I can. Logan's a great guy. He's got a great team. He's got a great wife that works with him. To make those bad-ass streams happen, we might have to do Logan, Colonel Smash, or whatever you want to be called out here. We'll have to do a Pummel Party multi, like a co-stream or a Helldivers co-stream. Do something cool as far as that goes here soon. We need to collab. It's that time. Cody Johnson, Sean Anderson, Travis Strojany, Trey Holmes, and Yahir Rodriguez, your top 5 with Brad Gutierrez, Chris Parkman, Devin Lucan, Jacob Delgado, and Colby Hogan, rounding out your top 10. I would love to do a collab stream. It sounds like fun. Pummel Party, a.k.a. Let's Lose a Bunch of Friends game. Oh, I don't think that's like that. I don't know. I always thought it was fun. People get pissed off about that. That's their own problem. Cody Johnson and Sean Anderson, they are friends. Allegedly. Oh, you could do Helldiver voice for fun? Oh, yeah, I would. I totally would. Johnson and Anderson lead us off turn 4 back to Green Flag Racing for the Gears Cup Series and the Brandon's Brittle 250. Johnson Saw a lot of this last season. Started 12th. He's now up to first. Biggest mover of the night so far is Sean Anderson. Started 39th out of 40 cars and is now up to third. Again, almost 75 laps to home. And we haven't talked much about the 84 machine Carvana, or Club Wyndham, I think. Sponsor this week, 84 Brad Gutierrez. He is a hell of a driver, and not a guy that you think about so much as far as contending for the championship, but I think he could be right there. Gutierrez, one of them drivers that is flying under the radar right now. The lone Ford in the top 10, right behind him is Devin Lucan in the 52. Started 29th and now moved up to 5th. Has done a hell of a job to keep that 52 machine clean and has been involved in minimal incidents. 25 is making some great moves. You are damn right. Trey Holmes back out into the lead. He started second. He started on the front row. And ended up falling back a little bit. But Trey Holmes is one of those guys that I thought personally would be more of a contender than what he is. I like Trey. I like his driving style. I mean, I love the car. He keeps it Gen 6. If you know anything about these race cars and how they moved up the font from the center of the door to towards the front, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm indifferent. I'm a traditionalist in that sense. But he has going on right now. Trey Holmes, Brad Gutierrez, Cody Johnson, Sean Anderson, and Devin Lucan. Your top 5. Gears of War, Colby Hogan, hell yeah, brother. Yahir Rodriguez, Chris Parkman, Peyton Howell, and Jacob Delgado rounding out your top 10. Delgado, a late addition to tonight's race. Was told he might not make it, but he ended up making it miraculously. Congratulations, you're in the top 10, and somebody is eating the wall, and that is Colby Hogan. While we're green, we're going to try to catch this while we can. Looks like, banging doors and not making it out alive as he will drop significant spots all the way back to 15th. Got a lot of action all over the track. I'll try to keep you up to date with everything. Right now, the battle here is for, I would believe, third on back. But let's look up front to Trey Holmes and Brad Gutierrez. Yeah. Smash says doesn't even look like contact, but there must have been. Yeah, it does. Sometimes we call it what they call net code. That happens as well. Sometimes banging doors in a next-gen cup car is pretty forgiving, but sometimes you can overcorrect. And I think that may be a contributing factor to what happened. We'll talk to Colby maybe after the race. Again, post-race show here, and then next week we'll be at Atlanta for the Dawson's Pool Room 200. And then 2 weeks from today, I believe, is going to be Phoenix. So I'm looking forward to that as well. May is going to be awesome. Again, going through lap traffic is Trey Holmes and Brad Gutierrez getting on a longer green flag run inside of 75 to go. Will we have a new winner? Will we have a repeat winner? We'll find out here for the Brandon's Brittle 250 here at Casa de la Horseboat. Again, if you're hanging out, welcome to the stream. My name is Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horseboat. Bringing you exclusively the Gears Cup Series on Twitch.tv. Again, the live broadcasts are on this channel each week on Friday night. And then, as of the next day, we upload it to our YouTube page, at Gears Racing League is defined. It's kind of hard to find from what we've come to figure out. But, nevertheless, would implore you to check that out as well. Try to put that link in there if I have a moment to do so. Look at that, I can. Smash says that 5th, 6th spot is getting competitive. No joke, and I see somebody sitting down there on the track. Looks like they're going to keep it green. Not sure what happened, but we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it creamy. Peyton Howell again, winner twice this season so far, trying to make it 3. Trying to get GOAT status early here. The battle between Chris Parkman, Devin Lucan, and Jacob Delgado. Chris Parkman taking 5th for the moment. Again, you've got 60 laps to go here. The Beard of Knowledge asks, how does this work? Are they league replays, live competition? This is live comp right now. You are seeing this live on the track as they go through it. Points are determined in finishing order. We don't do stages like NASCAR does here today. We don't find that fun, and at least I think it takes, a lot of us feel like it takes strategy out of the game. Or if it's strategy, it's very short-term based, short-run strategy. And there's a lot of old school guys that really love the non-stage factor here. Again, the winner of tonight's race will receive $50 US courtesy of iRacing Driving World on Facebook. Go check them out if you're looking for another community outside of Gears. Trey Holmes, Brad Gutierrez, Peyton Hall, Yahir Rodriguez, and Chris Parkman, your top 5, with Jacob Delgado, Devin Lucan, Connor Rowe, Sean Anderson, and Brendan Turner rounding out your top 10. I'm just going to say it because I feel it. Peyton Howell, I think, is holding a little of his stuff back on this long green flag run. Parkman taking over third, and I think when you see a guy like Peyton Howell falling back a little bit, I think you all know what he's doing. Strategy is coming into play here. He understands what's going on. And for a lot of drivers, they come in and they just run. They run out of fuel, they go in to get gas. They try to strategize as much of a baseline as they can. But Peyton, he takes it to another level, and we've seen that. Cody Johnson's one of those guys. Sean Anderson is one of those guys. Farron Huggins is one of those guys. Mike DeWalt, Matt Albert, a lot of these guys really good with strategic play on long green flag runs. And I think that he senses that's what's happening, and is taking it down a notch just to try to wait it out, play the long game. Lieutenant Colonel Smash says, I feel like I need a nice wheel, pedals, and even a seat to do this, and probably 3 wide monitors. Smash, I'll let you know, it is a minimum, especially if you really want to get into it, get the 3 screens, man. That's what I have. I don't have a sim seat like some of these fellas do. I just have an office chair. Look at this, 3 wide. Peyton Howell in the wall. That's going to affect something. Wooten, take it, Peyton Howell to cleaners, I think on accident. But it's definitely one of those things where you want to get immersed as possible. We have some guys who actually do virtual reality, do VR, and that shit would just make me sick. I don't know. Again, we'll get the TV time to the man with the plan. Trey Holmes out in front. He has led the last 15, 20 laps. I don't have that data in front of me, but he has dominated here. Peyton Howell now with a little damage. Let's see how he perseveres. He's still holding 5th place down, but Yahir Rodriguez is closing quickly on the outside. Bobby B. Dennis, VR racing is not recommended for everyone. You are absolutely correct about that. I mean, I don't know if I would even try it anymore. I mean, I kind of do. You know, the thought of it would be really, really fun, but then I would look all over the place, be like, yeah, I'm going to yak. Where's the bag? I'm going to yak. He's running a little slower. I wonder if he's got some frame or tire damage. Yeah, you know, the thing about these cars, Colonel Smash, is that if they hit the wall ever so slightly, they may break a toe link, which is on the, on each tire. Let's see what happened here. Oh, yeah, let's see. Looks like Yahir Rodriguez is involved in that. Let's see what happened. Well, yeah, any minor touch to the wall could affect the car and affect their evening ultimately. Let's see what happened here. Coming out of 4, getting into it with Paul Wilkins. Howell, Wilkins, and Rodriguez. Oh, taking Sean Anderson with him. Looks like that will affect Rodriguez minimally. But Anderson now in some trouble. That is unfortunate. Again, less than 50 laps to go to the conclusion of this race for Brandon's Brittle. The winner of this race getting $50 courtesy of iRacing Drivers World, located on Facebook. Bobby B. Dennis, Colonel Smash, I could give it a try of a Quest 3. Maybe a Meta Quest 3 with AR screens that are fixed in space. That you could try that. I would love to watch a stream with you trying that out. Like if you could stream that, I would be awesome. Bobby's very tech savvy too. That guy plays. And actually, Bobby, we have to get together sometime soon. I want to do that spell table with Magic the Gathering. I've got these Lord of the Rings decks. They're pre-mades, but I want to play with them. I never have, and I've spent a ton of money on them. I want to be able to play with them. Trey Holmes in the pits. Brad Gutierrez as well. Again, using both the back and the front pit lane for these 40 cars. Pre-mades are sweet, still sweet, and you're always welcome. Please shoot me a message when you're going to get down. I would love to get down on that. Oh my goodness, I am excited. Horseboats Motorsports Tennessee Titans driver, number 93 of Zach Lockett, your leader in this race right now. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Horseboat Motorsports, again, a team that I own personally, part-timers only. As my one and only race you'll be able to see right here in a couple months down the road. We're going to do a Monza Oval. It's going to be awesome. Smash says, all right, good night, all. Bedtime for this fella. Good evening, man. Thank you for hanging out with us, and hope to see you again real soon. Again, post-race show yet to follow. As we are working towards next week to Atlanta. Bristol, I can understand why people are apprehensive. Those drivers getting the wave around, ending with Aiden Lunn. Holmes going to take the outside. They're going to get right back at it here. You heard that? I'm sorry. I have a refrigerator right next to my desk. It's very advantageous. Troy Holmes and Brad Gutierrez in row 1 with Peyton Hall and Chris Parkman, row 2. Row 3, we have Jacob Delgado and Connor Rowe, and we are set and back for green flag racing here. The Brandon's Brittle 250, 213 of 250 completed. Peyton Howell trying to score win number 3 on the year. Will he do it?
Caution is out. Caution is out.
And I can't even get 2 sentences in without somebody crashing. That is unfortunate. And we're not even going to try to figure out who it is at this point. Again, many thought tonight's race would be a lot like Martinsville, and if you predicted that, then you are a smart person. Myself trying to be as optimistic as I am puts me in the doghouse from time to time, tonight being one of those times. I tend to be an optimist, cup is half full type of guy. But tonight is definitely, if you're into a lot of accidents, you have come to the right place. It's just been quite the scene here tonight. But alas, it is only temporary. Next week we'll move on. Bristol's always a fun track. But again, we have a lot of new drivers trying to learn each other, how their driving patterns are, their braking points. A lot of that affects how this all plays out. Good drivers know how to combat it, stay up front. Other drivers just get caught up in the abyss. Is done. And I do believe next lap is going to be the one lap to green. Again, if you've been hanging out and enjoying this, or at least sticking it out with your host, I do very much appreciate that. So my cat is telling me, this sucks, I want my chair back. And I'm not going to give it to him. Not going to give it to him, folks. Not going to give in, not yet. Hopefully y'all are cracking a cold one. I'm going to do the same. As we're getting close to the conclusion of this race here soon. Bad luck does continue, Bladen, but it'll be okay. Trey Holmes and Peyton Hall to lead us off. Brad Gutierrez and Chris Parkman. Jacob Delgado and Brendan Turner. Connor Rowe and Devin Lucan. Zach Lockett and Aiden Lund rounding out your top 10. Sean Anderson, Colby Hogan, Cody Johnson, Tyler Wooten, Keaton Salyers, Josh Cole, Jimmy Ensley, Paul Wilkins, Travis Strojny, and Jonathan Evans rounding out your top 20. Very lucky that I was able to get that all out without anybody crashing.
Pump the brakes. Focus on what you can really control.
And that is indeed. Let's get back to green flag racing and stay there. We have 31 laps to go to the conclusion of this race for the Brandon's Brittle 250 here on Casa de la Horseboat. Oh, doggy, Delgado and Lucan just can't seem to get enough of each other. Feeling the love. Couldn't get enough of the caution. Lucan hanging back, inevitably should, I think, in my mind, be a penalty. Those guys lagging back to the start more than two. Yeah, Delgado getting loose, throwing it into the wall, taking Lucan and Fitzpatrick with them. Wilkins lucky enough to survive.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Absolutely. Give you a caution flag, loose and loud, courtesy of iRacing Drivers World.
Green flag, green flag.
Bringing you back in now with Trey Holmes, Peyton Howell, Brad Gutierrez, Brendan Turner, and Chris Parkman, your top 5 with Colby Hogan, hell yeah, brother, Connor Rowe, Aiden Lund, Jacob Delgado, and Zach Lockett rounding out your top 10. Trey Holmes trying to keep Peyton Howell at bay with inside of 20 laps. Will he be able to do it? Got about a half-second lead on Peyton. Let's see if Peyton holding back a little bit. That definitely could be, but let's give a shout-out to Brendan Turner, number 14. He started 17th, up to 3rd in line for a podium finish. Having a good night. Again, some guys you may not have seen here before up near the front. Damn good short track drivers. Peyton Howell and Colby Hogan, Connor Rowe, I think are the usual suspects you see up near the front. But tonight is taking on a different flavor with Holmes, Howell, Turner, Parkman, and Gutierrez. I love Chris Parkman's car. You cannot change my mind. Oh, you see Gutierrez having to back out a little bit. That's going to give Parkman the inside vibe on Brendan Turner, battling for a 3rd here. We are clicking off these laps. Oh, banging doors between the 41 and the 15. That Wrangler no-fly jeans 15. Making it go to work as we travel on board with Chris Parker. Looks like he's going to take 3rd away nicely, but we have 3 wide behind him. Hogan, Turner, Gutierrez, and Rowe. Anderson in 11th and a lap down. Going to give way. Let these guys fight it out. But so far right now, Trey Holmes having almost getting close to a 2nd lead on Peyton Howell. Let's see if that'll change here in the next 10 laps. As Brandon's Brittle 250 coming to a close, the 2nd annual Brandon's Brittle. Hopefully there's room for a 3rd next season. Again, we had a spring race last season, but it was a dirt track event for Bristol. Got away from that, as why the hell would you want to do dirt with these cars? Again, that's up to your opinion. But Jonathan Militia took home the checkered flag last year in the dirt race event at Bristol. But we have Trey Holmes, Peyton Howell, Chris Parkman, Colby Hogan, hell yeah, brother, and Brad Gutierrez rounding out your top 5. with Connor Rowe, Brendan Turner, Jacob Delgado, Aiden Lund, and Zach Lockett rounding out your top 10. Big shout out to the Good Wrench Service Series Plus, or Good, I don't know, Good Wrench, GM Good Wrench Service Plus car of Aiden Lund. Again, one of our younger contestants here in the series. Keeps it up here, he'll have a top 10. Inside 5 to go, right along with Trey Holmes just for a moment. Will he capture win number 1 this season? He's got a second and a half on Peyton Howell. As you can see, Trey Holmes in front of him. Does he have anything in the tank for him? Desperately trying to track him down, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's been excellent towards the end of the race here. Good green flag run. As we will ride with Trey Holmes. 2 laps to go. Almost a 2-second lead now. Trey Holmes, I don't believe, has won, but we have a caution. We have ourselves a caution. That changes everything. I don't know who it was, but let's find out. Green, white checkers, number 1 of the night, or first one of the night. Let's do this. Let me see if we can see it. Trying to look for it in the air is like finding a needle in a haystack, but let's see if we can find it. Well, I don't know who the hell it was, so we're not going to worry about it. And thank you, viewers, this evening for sticking it out, getting through this. But we're going to have our first green-white checkers, I think, of the season. Maybe the second one. Not sure, can't remember, don't care. You're going to have a lot of this towards the end of this race. That'll go on forever if I leave that go. Not too late to get your pick to win tonight's race. Get that in. We will interview hopefully the top 3 after this race. And we'll get a chance to listen to Frenzy's track one more time, as I know we're getting rave reviews of that. Let's see here. Again, Trey Holmes and Peyton Howell, this is the battle to watch. So we're going to stick with that. Chris Parkman could come in and steal a win too. Colby Hogan right there. Connor Rowe has battled all night to be in 5th. I think he would be happy with that. But I know he really wants a win as well. So as they re-rack, well, shit is going to hit the fan as we get to the end of this one. Will Peyton Howell make it 3 wins on the year? 3 out of 7. Think about that. 3 out of 7. Or will we have a new winner? Because there's a plethora of guys right in the top 10 that would love to make that a reality. Here we go. Trey Holmes and Peyton Howell to lead us off for what I hope is the final restart of the Brandon's Brittle 250. Holmes and Howell door to door. Chevrolet and Toyota going after it. Can they reach that white flag? They are going at it. And they have white flag. 1 lap to go. Oh, Howell and Holmes in the wall. Parkman. Chris Parkman, the Wrangler number 15. Chevrolet Camaro's going to steal a victory and be your winner of the Brandon's Brittle 250. Connor Rowe and Brad Gutierrez, your unofficial top 3 with Zach Lockett, Peyton Howell, Trey Holmes, Sean Anderson, Aiden Lunn, Brendan Turner, and Cole B. Hogan. Holy shit. That was awesome. Let's go back to the restart one more time, because that was insane, and I loved every second of that. And let's go from a rear chase so you kind of can see what happens behind them. Here we go. All right, we're getting set. We're going to ride with Trey. Up front, he's going to lead us off. Howell goes to the inside. Not giving any room, keeping it tight to the outside for Holmes. Is Howell trying to keep him up there to gain that advantage? Banging doors. Howell leans into him going into one. Throws him in the wall, basically saying, if I can't have it, neither can you. Leads everybody down to a plethora of shit, and that's definitely going to be something that's going to be talked about here on the back end. But that is your winner, Chris Parkman. Chris Parkman from Lancaster, your Brandon's Brittle 250 winner. And a winner of $50 courtesy of iRacing Drivers World of Facebook. We'll be right back with the drivers' interviews and wrap it up in a preview next week for the Dawson's Pool Room 200 at Atlanta.
Good boy.
Go!
Again, that was Frenzy Into the Storm. Go subscribe, Frenzy Official. I'll throw that in the chat one more time, allowing us to use their music for tonight's broadcast. Appreciate that immensely and happy to have them along for tonight's proverbial ride. Crazy finish here. I just want to preface that right away because it was probably one of the most wildest finishes we've had this season. I have 2 out of the 3 podium members for tonight. Looks like we're not going to get an interview with Chris Parkman right now, but we'll try our best to get that. But Brad Gutierrez coming in third, bringing that 84 machine into the fray, into frame, finishing in third. Brad, how do you feel, man?
Oh, man. That whole race, I needed to use the bathroom so bad. So, I mean, I'm glad it's over. It took a while, honestly.
It did.
Yeah, I'm glad it's over. Congrats to Chris. I mean, I was in front of him almost the entire race. I mean, he got through there and all, so congrats to him. Payton and Gray, I believe, were the fastest guys out there.
Yeah.
Again, congrats to Chris. I feel fine. My car had damage, so that kind of prevented me from going like full momentum. My car went down after like 20 laps or so I kind of just tried to salvage what I could get.
Yeah, I mean, you did the best that you could with what you had. And again, third place, that's good for you. Good enough for points. Anybody you want to give a shout out here tonight?
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out my RGR guys, Yair Rodriguez, Skyler Comstock, and Jacob Delgado. You know, we put in the work for these races, and you know, it's glad that it shows off or pays off most of the time. So I want to shout them out. Shout out my guys at Asphalt Media as well for supporting us, letting us come over here and race with you guys. You guys have a good league going on.
Hey, man, appreciate the kind words, and thank you for your time. 84 in the podium tonight with Brad Gutierrez. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And a young man who started up front, had some issues, had some bad luck, but, you know, I think you felt like this, Connor.
I can feel it all the way down to my plums.
Exactly.
You know, all night long you were battling. You got into a couple of different incidents, but you were able to persevere and bring home a second place. First of all, you know, how was your night? And second of all, going into that last restart, how did you feel that played out?
I want to preface it off by just saying I'm sorry to the field for messing up that initial restart. I know that screwed a lot of guys at the beginning, so that was embarrassing, but overcame that, started at the back. You know, this Rocket Racing team always brings great cars every week. Our team, we practice, we do a good job, and, you know, we just keep level heads. You know, I messed up early on, got in a few accidents, kind of persevered through it, and, you know, it's just, there's a lot of stuff happens at these short tracks. You just got to keep a level head, and, you know, sometimes it comes your way. Number 5 car was turning on late in the race, have no clue why. Damage was not fixed, but she was coming, and she was coming strong. And then that last restart, I knew I was in the catbird seat. I knew these guys were going to be racing hard. And, it's unfortunate that the leaders wrecked. You don't like to see that, but you know, from a selfish point of view, I was very happy to see it. And honestly, if we had another lap, I think I would have been able to get the win. But I'm happy Chris got that win. It's cool seeing him get that. Yeah, that's basically my rundown.
Yeah, I mean, you really battled hard. I don't know if you're going to rewatch a stream or not, but I was surprised all of a sudden to see you do that on the start. But again, it happens. It's going to happen. It's part of racing. It's how it goes. It's just kind of, you know, it's just one of those unfortunate events that will happen every now and again. Short track racing has not been our forte here this season. Hopefully we can clean that up in 2025. But Connor, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, number 5 Old Spice team, and obviously league owner, team owner, Mike DeBalt. He's the best. We show out for him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Connor, for your time. Again, we do not have the race winner in this chat. I'm looking all over for his ass, but cannot find him. But we're going to wrap it up here. Again, next week is going to be the Dawson's Pool Room 200 at Atlanta. Same bat time, same bat channel with this stream starting up about 7:45 Eastern time. with qualifying promptly at 8 p.m. For Brad Gutierrez, Connor Rowe, and myself, Tom Torrey, wishing you a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Again, have a great weekend, and thank you for following Horse Boat and the Gears Racing League. Good night, everyone.
Oh my god, dude, I was being composed there. You have no clue how much I was screaming on that restart. Oh my god. Dude, but like honestly, I have a sour taste in my mouth from that race because I just feel so bad for messing up at the beginning there because I hadn't tried first gear restarts and I knew everyone was going to, and I feel so terrible for it.